Alright guys, this is the last little section of the garage. I hope you can see it right now, but that's the stool that I was talking about that I was planning a build for, adding casters and adding a back. Here's the back that I was going to add to it. Here's the back I was going to add to it. I was just going to try to bolt it to the bottom of that. This is from an old office chair that broke down on me. I was going to try to fix it up with that, but never got around to it. These are some sawhorses. Jay Bates, I believe, are these sawhorses that I got these from. I got two of them. They come in handy when I need them. If I'm cutting down big sheets of plywood with a circular saw or whatever, those are awesome to have. I've used them a couple times, and when I use them, I love them. So those are there. This is a scroll saw that I got from my fiance's father. Have not used it yet. I just don't really know what I want to do with it. I don't know what projects I would want to do with it. I did meet a guy who's a scroll saw expert, and he had some really cool stuff, and it's just not something I've had the time to dedicate to a project on that. I have a lot of other stuff that I want to get done, but it's awesome to have that and know that in the future it's here for a project that I want to use it for. I got some more storage here. There's a 4x4 that doesn't have any other room to go. Here's some back sets that I made a long time ago. These are the first ones I ever made. Cubs and Cardinals. I'm a Cubs fan. My fiance is a Cardinals fan. I don't want to talk about it, but let's see if the Cubs can finish off this year. This is a circular saw, zero clearance track. I believe Jay Bates was the first spot that I saw that. And I'm sure he didn't invent it, but it's a great idea, and it has come in handy when I'm cutting down bigger pieces of plywood, like I said. Got a garbage can that's usually right here. This is a wood, scrap wood, garbage, burn pile. It's kind of overflowing now. This fills up really fast, but I need to get rid of that soon. So that's pretty much it for the garage. I got some other, little pieces of storage and stuff, but nothing woodworking related. But I hope you guys like this. I want to talk about future plans or future projects or future things that I would like to do in this workshop now. So let's do that. All right, a couple other things I didn't mention or I wanted to mention. I used this AccuRemote angle gauge. By the way, none of this should go without saying, but this is not paid or anything. I just wanted to show you what I use. Got this idea from Frank Howarth. He uses an angle gauge similar to this to tilt the blade to 45 degrees, which is what I use it for, or any other angle. AccuRemote angle gauge, I got it online, don't remember how much it was, but it's pretty handy. Tilting the blade, you zero it out on your table at 0, and then you hook it up to your blade. It magnets right up to your blade, and you can tilt it, and it'll tell you within its claims about 0.2 degrees. You can tilt it to any angle. So I use that for the horse racing game and anything else that you need to tilt the blade for. So it comes in handy. It comes in this little thing, and so that's handy. I wanted to make sure I noted that. Again, I got that from Frank Howarth. It's been a pretty good tip. The other thing is, it's the middle of August, start of August, and there are so many bugs out here. I've been wood burning a lot at night, and I'm out here at night all the time, and the bugs in this garage are unbelievable. I bought a little bug light, one of those blue lights that are supposed to, a bug's attracted to, and it kills them, which I wish killed every single bug that was in here, but it doesn't do a great job. I got it, fairly cheaply. Last night I was using this candle, which wasn't doing a very good job because I got bit a lot. So if you guys have any suggestions on what to do other than to move to, I don't know, San Diego, what place doesn't have bugs? I'm staying here for now at least, and so if you guys have any suggestions on how to get rid of bugs that eat my skin at nighttime, please let me know. I would love to hear that. Okay, so the last thing I want to do is talk about future plans that I have for this shop. Like I said, this is a detached garage. The floor is very uneven. I'm looking at it right now. There's a huge 3-4 huge cracks that span the entire floor of this garage, which is kind of tough because I like to have things mobile and on casters, and the table saw is kind of at a tilt because that piece of slab that it's on is cracked and tilted this way, and so if I have a outfeed table, it wouldn't really match up perfectly. I know nothing in here is going to match up exactly perfectly if I try to do it that way. So I got to keep that in mind. I'm trying to just look at my future plans. So future plans, tool board. I really want to do that because this clutter is so annoying. I do not like that. I need to get this stuff up and out of the way. So I want to build a tool board. I've had a lot of other projects from clients and people want me to build them things, so I just haven't gotten around to it, but that I think is going to be my next thing. I also don't have a great way of transporting a big sheet of plywood. I usually have them cut up the plywood into closer to the usable dimensions that I'll be using it for with whatever project I'm doing. But in this case, I want to have a huge big piece of plywood, so I don't have a real good way of transporting that. I hope that changes in the next couple weeks though. I have plans on being able to get that here. So that's something that's definitely going to happen in the future. If you guys have advice on how to go about that, like I said, Jay Bates, John Heist, they've done things similar to what I'm thinking as far as a tool board or storage. Jay Bates has like individual holders for all of his tools, which is what I want to do. So Jay, I'm not trying to steal it from you. I think it's a great idea. I don't think you invented it, so I don't feel too bad stealing your idea. I hope you forgive me. I love your stuff. I've seen every single one of your videos. But it's definitely something I want to incorporate into my shop. Take it as a, what do they say? Take it as a piece of, a compliment. Take it as a compliment. All right, so tool board, that's definitely something I want to do. Like I said, I want to build some kind of a assembly table or some kind of a secondary workbench. I would love to have this workbench slid out from the wall so I can access it from all sides. Right now, we don't park our cars in this garage. It's the middle of summer. There's really no need to. But when winter comes, there's going to be a need to. So I'm apprehensive to move this bench out from the wall. I don't know what that'll really bring me. I would like to have another vise, on an end of this bench and put dogs in here. But then again, I want to build an assembly table, outfeed table that I can use as a secondary outfeed table to my table saw when I need it. And that could potentially have dogs in it along with some nice vices. I say that I want it to be mobile. I am very reluctant to making it a permanent thing, especially if we start parking our cars in here. I don't think it'll fit if it's a permanent thing that's hard to move around. Jay Bates has that modified Polk workbench that he has loved, and that's kind of something that I am looking towards. I know his is 4 foot by 8 foot. I think that might be too big for my setup here, especially when the cars start coming in. At night I'll have to push it up against the side and have to have it fit in there, so maybe 3 by 6, or I think 2 by 4 is probably too small. So I'll have to figure out that. I like the fact that it has dogs across the entire thing. I like that there's storage underneath. I also am considering incorporating some kind of an air filtration in a section of the bottom underneath part of that workbench. Potentially, this is an idea. I have an old box fan in the corner of the garage that I would use potentially for that. I would just slap some filters on it, make a little box with the fan pushing air through some filters to try to filter some of this air. But the dust in this garage isn't horrible. It's not great for sure. Not sure if I want to do that. So that's a portion of that assembly table, I'm calling it. I would like to have a secondary spot to work on things other than this workbench and everything like that. Also, I just saw it noted, I would like to have a power strip incorporated into that workbench. I believe Jay Bates did that also to his modified Polk. I have my shop vac and along with my air compressor, which are sometimes just out in this middle area. and I have a cord running to the wall with, there's the long shop vac cord connected to a long extension power strip that goes to the wall. So there's like a lot of cords going on along with the air compressor cord, and it just becomes a mess. So, and then I have my random orbital sander. I'm sanding. I got the cord going from that along with the shop vac hose going all the way over there with all the cords. It just turns into a mess. So if I could have that assembly table be powered, and then I could just plug everything into there and kind of keep everything contained, that would be great too. So that's that. The rolling stool is another future project. Not really motivated for it right now because I got this sweet old brown chair from the garbage. So that's a future project. I bought an angle grinder to try to chop off the legs of the stool so that it would be at the right height when I put the casters on it. And I was super excited to use that angle grinder, but then garbage day came around and I've totally forgot about it. So that's a future project potentially. Like I said, moving this workbench out from the wall to potentially give me a little bit more room around and to be able to do some more things. Not sure if I want to do that. Let me know what you guys think, if that's advisable or not. Clamp storage, I spoke about that earlier. I just don't love the way my clamps are stored. I would like to have a spot on the wall where I can hang them. I just don't know where that would be and how I would go about doing that. So that's another, something in my mind constantly. So if you guys have any advice or tips or videos or pictures or whatever on what I might be able to do, then let me know about that. And then insulation. Winter is going to be coming quick, and it is going to get cold in here. And so if you guys have any tips, we are renting this. I'm renting this. This is a rental property, and this garage is not owned by me, so I have some limitations on what I'm able to do to this space, and definitely not excited about investing money into something that I don't own. So I'm kind of just ready to nut up and get cold this summer and just deal with it, but we'll see how intense that is and how willing or how my views change on that in the future. So anyway, that's my shop. I hope you guys liked it. Please comment, let me know tips, advice, things you do differently, things you would advise, things you like, things you I don't know, whatever you might have to say. Please like this video. This might be a couple of videos because this one might be pretty long, and so like them, share them. Please subscribe to my channel. I got a lot of videos coming in the future, and thank you for watching. Have a great day.